Okay, so we got Coach Andy Powell here after day one at NCAA's. How do you think it went for you guys?
It was almost perfect till I guess a few moments ago. So our pole vaulter had the jump of his life, finished tied for third. So that was big points for us. Cass Elliott, a lot of weird things happened in the 400-meter hurdles. I don't know exactly, but he made it through easily. He's a fifth qualifier. All three 100-meter runners looked good. They made it through. Ed Trippus looked good in the steeplechase. And Sam Ellis, who I think is coming on, opted to not run him in the 15, run him in the 8 here, get a tune-up. I think he can actually do some good damage at USA's. Will Sumner looked great, but I think Sam still had a little bit left in the tank. Finished second, ran a clean race. And then basically as we were getting on the bus, we saw that it was protested. So I went back, ran to the protest table, looked at what the protest was, and it was the Long Beach State coach, Andy something or other, put in a protest against Sam Ellis and said that he cut somebody off, like that was a rule that he stated. One, he didn't have anyone in the race, so I don't know why anyone's allowed to protest even if they don't have anyone in the race. I think that's a little weird. But he clearly didn't cut anyone off either. So then we challenged the protest because the rule that he stated, which is clearly on there, what the rule is that he cut somebody off. It didn't happen, but they said when they looked at the footage, they said he did step on the line, but the protest was for that he cut somebody off. And one, I don't know why he put the protest in, but he did. So I'm hoping to get a little bit more clarification, and maybe they'll fix it. I think the other thing that happened was when I showed up at the protest, they had already ruled on it before the head referee Ed Gorman signed on it. So I think they jumped the gun. They looked at the video. They didn't look at what the rule is, and they just analyzed the video and they found something wrong. I guess I haven't seen the video, but it said he stepped on the line twice. I don't think it affected the outcome of the race, and I don't know why. I guess I can't figure out why the Long Beach guy put the protest in.
Do you know the guy?
No, he comes to our meets. I think we're really, gracious and help him. And I just think, I have no problem with people putting protests in if you're in the race or if you're heated or something like that. That's why we have the video. Obviously it goes both ways, but I just don't understand why someone. That means basically if you wanted to, if you have $100, and I know you guys have probably a lot of money, you just at any point, any person can just throw in $100.
Well, does it not have to be? It can be anyone, not even a coach.
It could be the guy up in the stands. It could be any team. You could just go ahead and just put in all the protests you want. It's $100. I guess someone's making the money, but I just don't. I guess I'll have to ask them what the reasoning. I don't know what the rationale was, and maybe my hunch is that he put the protest in for the third heat or the second heat, whatever heat that his guy was in, and maybe his guy got bumped or something like that. Maybe he just put down the wrong heat or something, and for some reason they looked at heat 1, and they happened to look at Sam, and he didn't cut anyone off, but because that's what the rule said. So you guys can go up and you can read the protest, you can read my protest to it. But yeah, it's unfortunate because it's obviously Sam Ellis's last collegiate race. He's been doing so great, and we have the team thing that's going so well. So we'll be fine. We'll rally, and we'll scrape some points together on Friday. But it certainly leaves a bad feeling.
Did his guy make it through? Do you think it was him trying to get a time qualifier or something?
I think he was 14th or 15th, and so maybe he moved up to 14th or something like that. So it's a bit of a and I think I could tell everyone up there in the protest because they knew that something was wrong, but I think they made a decision too quickly. They made a decision before someone even signed off on it. So, I don't know. I'm not going to question the refs. I'm sure they're all doing the best that they can. It's just an unfortunate situation.
So was the rule violation changed then? So on the results was it how you 4.2 and then
what it
changed
ended up saying is the rule that they stated was that he cut someone off. It's something. There's a million rules, but something B. And so when they went back and looked at the video, no one cut anyone off, but then they found something else.
And they changed it.
But yes, so they said he stepped on the line, but you're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be if someone puts in a protest like you look at what they put in for the protest, like cut someone off, flagrant foul, whatever it is, push someone, stepped on the inside of the track. You look to see if they did that, and then if they didn't do that, then it's fine, and if they did do that, then he's disqualified. But I think they just looked at the video before even the paper was turned in, and so they just, yeah. I mean, I'll hopefully Jeff Malinsky's a great guy. He's doing a great job of this meet. I'm sure he'll hopefully get to the bottom of it.
Initially, there was no flag or anything or any DQ.
I mean, it was like,
there?
because both Creighton and Sam Ellis just went in the back. You know, like there was no pushing or shoving. Everything was very clean the whole race, and so.
But like with no one flagged the
No,
lane
there was
thing.
no flag. So like, yeah, you could look at if there was a flag. There was nothing. It was just, I don't know. I honestly think maybe the Long Beach guy just put it like he meant to put E3 and he put Heat 1, because I can't think of what human would look at another heat and do that. But I'm sure he feels terrible. But I don't know.
Do you think the rule should be changed that in terms of who is allowed to protest a race?
Yeah, that's for sure. And like I was talking with Ed Eyestone, who had a 4x4. He's been fighting this for a long time. He said like, you know, like there was a protest one time, same exact thing, and you know they protested one thing. They looked at the video and they ended up finding something else. And I think his 4x4 a couple years ago got disqualified. But yeah, I mean I know it's a work in progress, but yeah, it's just. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So Sam's a great kid. We'll figure something out. He's qualified for USA's, and we'll figure it out. But like, yeah, we have a good team, and like, you know, there is a good chance that we could get a trophy. We're trying to finish top 10. It's a big deal for Washington. So yeah, it's unfortunate that someone that maybe doesn't have any stake in the game could just throw in a protest. So.
You got a prediction for the 1500 final for us?
I don't. I basically as soon as the race was over, I stopped thinking about it, because then right after that was 8, and then right after that was steeple, and so. No prediction. But I will think long and hard about it tonight and tomorrow. But yeah, I'll have to look at the videos. But it seems like a really good field. Like there's just so many good people, and yeah, there's a lot of people look really good tonight.
Do you have a plan or strategy that you plan on communicating to those three guys?
I would think so. Yeah, and like.
Can you tell us what it is?
Yes, I will tell you right now. No, I actually don't have one right now, to be honest. So I really don't. But. Yeah, we'll think hard. I mean, it'd be great if we can work together, but it might be one of those cases where we don't. But Joe and Luke worked really well together tonight, so I think that was helpful. But yeah, it's going to be great. I think yeah, there's just a lot of different types of people. There's people that are really strong, and the Villanova kid can close probably the best of the field. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I hope that I can come with a strategy which will benefit all 3 of the Washington guys. That's the tricky part. And if I can't, then I gotta just let them run, I guess. So.
You could just tell them what you told the Oregon guys when you won 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
well, how long ago was that?
Yeah.
2010.
2010.
That was a long time ago. Yeah.
Just look up that race and take some notes.
Do that out. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you for the time, Andy.
Thanks, guys.